Well, it's a beautiful morning here in southeast Oklahoma. I took a little hacienda from work and spent some time with the family. That's why y'all ain't heard from me in a couple of days, but I need to talk about some knives. Now, this brand might not get as much love as some of the others because of where they're sold. We're talking about swisstech. Oh, this is my experience with swisstech knives so far. Now, this little flipper is the Werdig Aus 8 steel. This little sheath knife, belt knife, is the swisstech Light ND2. And this larger knife that y'all seen me playing with in the intro is kind of the match to the Werdig. This is the swisstech Stahlhorn. Kind of the same green micarta and red aluminum going on. And the sheath has lashing points and a also matching very small fire steel. It's probably 3/16. Excellent retention. Now, your tools do not have to cost an arm and a leg. I have had very good luck out of swisstech knives, and they're very affordable, and they're at almost every Walmart you come across. I EDC the Light very often. I did scrape all the powder coat off of this blade because it gums up my diamond hones. And I've actually broken the tip off of this one. And that's why I recommend you carry some kind of drop point so you can grind it back to a tip in the field. I'm a big fan of Robert Lovelace, and his drop point knife designs. And through carrying knives my whole life, I've come to love just carrying a drop point. This is very small, very light, very beautiful. Although it be imported from the place we generally don't like knives, quality has come a long way. Excellent little sheath knife for everyday carry. I love carrying it, hardly even know it's there. The Werdig, same thing. I ain't got nothing but love for this knife. I like it so much, I got one for my wife. Rides on a ceramic ball bearing. Very good action, very smooth. Of course, Aus 8 doesn't have the best edge retention, but it is very fast to resharpen. I like steels that are easy to resharpen, but there's got to be a good middle ground as far as holding an edge and easy to resharpen. If I can't fix it with a wet rock and diamond hone in the field, then I generally try not to carry it. If I've got to send it back to the factory to have it resharpened, then it's not the steel for me. And I think that's something you should consider as well when you're looking at different steels and the abrasion resistance of it, as far as how easy it is to resharpen. Or do you have to have a fancy work sharp setup, or can you do it by hand? Now, the Stahlhorn, I've carried this one quite a bit. The Sheath is probably its weak point, and I'll show you what I mean on that. But this is a very, very tough knife. You got your jimping. That little notch for the fire steel is a cool idea, but it doesn't quite have a sharp enough spine, so I usually use the fire steel up here. This right here, where it rotates, is kind of the weak point, because it always winds up leaning one way, and if you have a lanyard on this, it will get yanked out of your pocket trampling through the brush. Lanyards are cool, they have their purpose, but you have to think about that lanyard being a snag point. I have had to retrace my steps before and go back and find this hanging on a piece of scrub oak somewhere by the lanyard. But the retention is good. It's just this swivel is the weak point. I wish it was adjustable where you could lock it down, because these wear out just like a phone case. I mean, that's the worst part about it. Worst part about that sheath is the rotator. Now, all three of these are very inexpensive, but you get a good lineup for a liner lock flipper, a small fixed blade for EDC, and kind of a survival style bigger knife, kind of a do-it-all pattern with the Stahlhorn. They have some other offerings that I'd like to try, but so far this is what I've put through the ringer, and I highly recommend them. If next time y'all are picking up supplies or something at your local Wally World, man, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I have not been at all. I love the SwissTech line of knives. I carry at least one of them every day. The Stahlhorn usually stays in my go bag, and you know, I keep other forms of fire with it: Bics, Zippos, fat wood, pocket tinder, magnesium block. Now, yes, this fire steel is very small, but as y'all seen in the intro, if y'all have a way to cheat, pine pitch, fat wood, sap, good tinder, it works. I mean, it's all about how you use it, about how you plan ahead to build your fire to use this fire steel. Does its job. It's not bulky, doesn't take up a bunch of room, doesn't add a bunch of weight. Now, you're only going to get so many uses out of this little guy, so keep that in mind as well. If you don't have to use it, don't. But I figured we would show, for video purposes, that it works. So, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that these are the best knives out there, because obviously there are better steels than AUS 8, and a lot of people don't like D2. I enjoy D2 for a simple tool steel. And the beauty of these is they're budget friendly enough that you could modify them if you wanted to. And also, if you lose them, it doesn't hurt near as bad. I have lost over the years working, and I usually work outside. It's I don't know, it just feels natural. But I have lost an LT Wright Frontier Valley due to poor sheath retention. I have lost a Bradford Guardian 3 due to poor sheath retention, and a few others. I'm not going to run down the whole heartbreak list, but it hurts more when you lose an expensive tool than it does when you lose a $30 tool. Like, if I drop my buck 119 when I am deer hunting, not much more expensive, but I have a little more pride in that because it's an American-made blade, and I love buck knives. The buck 119 is my favorite deer skinning and processing knife. So, even though that example isn't very much more expensive than these, just the pride in the brand and the USA made knife, it hurts that much worse. So, guys, I highly recommend you buy one of these cheap Wally World swisstechs. Love it, modify it, beat the crap out of it, start fires with it, hand them down to your kids. Use it, abuse it. If you lose it, it don't hurt near as bad. But anyways, guys, this video's getting pretty lengthy. I'll let y'all get back to your day. I appreciate y'all checking this out. This is Hillbilly Proud, talking about swisstech knives. And y'all have a good one.